Looking for the ultimate multi-generational setup in one of LA's most desirable neighborhoods? This Porter Ranch home for sale might be exactly what you've been waiting for. Today's Porter Ranch home tour takes you through an incredibly rare single-story property featuring 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and not just 1, but 3 primary suites. Whether you're accommodating extended family, live-in guests, or looking for private retreats for everyone under one roof, this home is built for multi-generational living at its finest. And wait until you step outside. This backyard is a true tropical oasis, complete with a sparkling pool, swaying palms, and space to relax or entertain all year round. Inside, the remodeled kitchen is ready to impress with modern finishes and a layout perfect for big families or gatherings. If you've been thinking about moving to Porter Ranch or just love the idea of living in Porter Ranch with space and style, this one's not to miss. Let's dive into this one-of-a-kind Porter Ranch home tour. All right, I am super stoked to bring to you our newest listing here in Porter Ranch. 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 2,617 square feet of living space on an over 10,000 square foot lot, a usable 10,000 square foot lot, built in 1957. We're gonna show everything to you, everything inside, and oh my gosh, wait till you see the backyard on this home. All right, there's a lot to get to in this video, but before we do, if you're not familiar with the greater Porter Ranch area, that's where we're located today. So Porter Ranch, located about 30 miles north of downtown Los Angeles. We're off the 118 exit Reseda Boulevard, and our main cross streets are San Fernando Mission Boulevard and Reseda Boulevard. We're just east of Reseda Boulevard. All right, well, if you're not familiar with Porter Ranch, some amazing hiking trails, including the Palisades hiking trail. It's one of my favorite over the years, living up here in the North San Fernando Valley for starters. Plus, you know, you got some great shopping. You have the Vineyard Shopping Center. You have some fine dining, La Popular, Gus's Barbecue, just to name a few, as well as the AMC movie theater, and you have a wonderful Whole Foods. And right across the street from that, you're gonna have the Farmers Market. That's right, the Porter Ranch Farmers Market. Every Sunday morning, starting at 9 a.m., you can pick up all your produce, fruits, vegetables, other food items, and some great crafts every single Sunday morning. Whether it be the Porter Ranch Community Park, a 50-acre park with an amphitheater, playground, basketball courts, pickleball courts, and my personal favorites, the outdoor ping pong courts. And you're also located really close by to the famous E.T. Park, which is located at the end of Reseda Boulevard, right there at Cessnon Boulevard. And of course, the very famous Holly Burnson Park, which is a wonderful park also located north of Rinaldi. Well, I hope you're excited as I am. Let's turn around and start this home tour. So we enter the home, you have one of 2 entry points into this house. So we're gonna be coming on through this French door, and as you can see, as you spin around here, you're gonna have this large great room area. Everything is very open here. Now we're gonna start to our left with the kitchen. So you have a nice eat-in area. Take a look at the nice tile flooring, right? Giving a lot of character to this space. And then in your kitchen, you're gonna have the nickel ceiling fan above, and then you're also going to have your granite countertops, your white cabinetry right here, and then take a look at this Viking range. You have your double oven, 6-burner gas cooktop right here on this range. And then of course you also have the griddle on this as well. You have your large window overlooking into the backyard. And then you even have a space over here to your left to put your microwave. Now you have your 4 recessed lights above here as well. And of course you have your stainless steel dishwasher. All right, so that is your gourmet chef's kitchen. And then again, as you turn around right here, you can see this nice eat-in area, perfect for a small circular table. Now I want to point out 2 things right here in this kitchen, which I really think was a smart idea when it comes to remodeling a kitchen. Now they obviously opened up some walls here. We'll get into how the configuration was originally on this floor plan when it was originally 1590 square feet. But the fact that you have all that space behind us where the kitchen is right now, but then they also added this too, right? So you have extra cabinet space, right? You got a drawer, a cabinet down below, you got a cabinet on top, right? You have the glass see-through right there. And then if you turn around, right, they took it a step further and you got an extra small set. Now this is a great spot to kind of put your keys, your wallets, right, your knickknacks as you enter into the house, because these areas are literally in between both entry points into the home. All right, so we're gonna turn around and now we're gonna face the west side of the house. So this is going to be your formal dining area right here. So you have your formal dining area and it'll open up into your step down living room. That's laminate flooring down there. Before we go there, I do want to show you, you do have this skylight above, allowing plenty of natural light to pour inside. And then as we look at the ceiling right here, take a look, you actually have 16 recessed lights. You're gonna have 6 on the left, you'll have 6 on the right, and you will have 4 in the middle in addition to your skylight. All right, so let's head on down towards this step down living room. So this is the space, this is where most people are gonna put their big screen TV, right? But take a look at the fireplace. Now, if you're familiar with this floor plan or this builder or homes here in Porter Ranch built in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, you're probably accustomed to seeing fireplaces that have that old stone rock, which obviously isn't very modern. So the fact that you have this tile surround, not only around the fireplace, but it's actually the whole sides, to the left, to the right, above, and underneath it, right? So you kind of have that bench where you could sit or you can place items, and then you have this beautiful mantle on top. So very well done, in my opinion. So this floor plan, again, was originally 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1590 square feet. And all the bedrooms typically in this floor plan are on the north side of the house. So one of the previous owners added this bedroom right here. So this is one of your primary suites. So again, you have the laminate flooring as you enter through your French doors. You have the ceiling fan right there. And again, going back to like what we saw in the dining room as well as the living room, you have all of that recessed lighting. And so you have the same thing here. Again, 6 recessed lights above. You have the beautiful slider leading to your backyard, and that'll take you to one of your 2 covered patios, which we'll show you much later in this video. Now, because this is one of the primary suites, so you do have a bathroom attached. So let's go inside into this bathroom. You have your floating vanity with your dual sinks for starters. And take a look at the floor and look at this beautiful tile work down below, the large pieces of tile. You have your jetted tub right over here, right after a long day at work. Who doesn't want to be able to sit down and relax, right? And be able to take advantage of that. You have your separate steam shower over here with your overhead shower head, as well as they do have a hand sprayer on that also. All right, so before we get into what's right behind us, again, just want to be able to show you this is a large space. So the fact that you have this type of bathroom in the original floor plan, the original primary bathroom, well, it was definitely not that size, right? In fact, it was actually on another side of the house, and we'll show it to you in a little bit. So as we do turn around, we're gonna showcase to you, because the original floor plan, there was no primary walk-in closet, so to speak, for the bedroom. So this primary bedroom actually has a really large, oversized closet that's perfect to store all of your clothes and belongings. All right, so one last thing as we exit here, right? You might be asking yourself, well, where do you put the TV in this primary bedroom? So people are gonna put it here, right, like they did, and then you get the proper bracket mount, so in case you want to be able to swivel it to your liking. All right, because that's a question, surprisingly, we actually get asked a lot more often than you might think. Scott Himelstein with the Scott Himelstein Group. And like I always say, I'm always grateful and appreciative that you're taking time out of your day to be able to watch another one of our home tours. All right, so this house, I'd love to hear what you guys think of this home. Again, I really do think it's perfect for anybody looking for that multi-generational living. And as we've been seeing lately, a lot of people coming into our open houses or calling us about our listings. And a lot of times it's the older parents, right, living with their kids and the grandkids, everybody together under one roof. So it's really common right now. And as we've said before, it's basically 34% of the buyer pool is looking for multi-generational living right now. So that just gives you an idea. So if you're looking to buy a home here in Southern California, I really think it's critical that you have the right agent working for you. Now, I'm grateful enough to have way over 200 5-star reviews on both Zillow and Google right now. And so that kind of really speaks for itself, because I think in today's marketplace, you need someone who not only has relationships with other agents to kind of get deals done, but also knows how to kind of walk you through the process, help you avoid the pitfalls and the potholes that come up, to kind of make sure that someone can hold your hand and navigate you through that entire process from beginning to end. And I usually start by doing that with a Zoom call to learn about your needs and what your goals are, and what your negotiables are, and what things you absolutely have to have on the house, right? And I think it just starts with that, and then kind of educating you, make sure you understand what to expect when you go out there, so that way when the time actually starts and you're ready to look at houses, you're not surprised by everything, right? So that's number one. And number two, like if you need an agent that's outside of the greater Los Angeles area, reach out to me, because we work with so many incredible agents in my network right now. We've been sending people to Washington, to Tennessee, to North Carolina, to Texas, Arizona, Nevada, literally just in the last 80 days alone. And I have a great network of everybody across the country. Every zip code, I have somebody if that's something you need. All right, let's get back to the home tour. All right, we're going to traverse back through the entry area, through the kitchen, and we're going to show you the east side of this house. All right, so we have here 2 rooms on the east side of the house. So we do have a room right here. We're going to open this up for you. Right now, this is like a utility room. Normally, this probably would have been the breezeway in this home. This is where your water heater is situated, but this is how you would get into your backyard if you didn't want to go through one of the bedrooms. So just wanted to show you that really briefly. All right, so here to your right, you're going to have an additional closet storage space, right? And then here, you're going to have 2 different rooms. So let's go take a look at this room to our left first. So this one, they have it set up as a bonus room, right? But you could make it an extra bedroom if you wanted to. Now, this was done by the previous owner. Again, this is a garage conversion right here. And so take a look at this, right? You got the nice laminate flooring, plenty of space here, as you can see, for the pool table. But this is the perfect game room, play room, homework area. If you needed to make it a home office, you could too, and it would have its own separate entrance. Has a wall unit air conditioner here, right here on that right corner. You have a lot of cabinetry, you have the vaulted ceilings, you have tons of your recessed lighting, your ceiling fans as well. Over to your right here in the corner, this closet space, this is where the washer and dryer are being housed. So this is where your washer and dryer hookups are going to be. Now there is space to put a range in there if you wanted to. They don't have one here, but you could see that they do have a gas line going to it. So if that's something that you wanted to add. Let's move on over here and let me show you the other room on this side. Okay, so remember we told you a few times already that there are 3 primary suites, right? 3 bedrooms with attached bathrooms. So this is going to be the second one. So this one's currently being used right now as an office for the most part. But again, you know what, if you had an in-law or you had a teenager, right, and you wanted them on the other side of the house, but you wanted them to be able to kind of be able to have their own space, this would be great because this is a way for you to get into the backyard right here. Look, take a look at this. And then obviously like over here, you have access to your backyard. And then you do have this bathroom in here too. So you have this full shower in tub. You have the beautiful tile in this bath. So again, this bedroom has its own bathroom. So this room would also make a great den, and that's how they have it set up too. You can see they have another great big screen TV here, perfect for a gaming setup. And these are small closets with shelves in them. All right, so let's go walk back the other way right here. While we do that, let's talk about schools. So schools are very important for a lot of people who move into this area. The elementary school is going to be Darby Elementary, one of the best schools in 91326 elementary school. Your middle school is Patrick Henry Middle School, and your high school is the award-winning Granada Hills Charter High School. All of those according to the LAUSD website. All right, so now we're gonna see what the original bedrooms look like here on the north side of the house. Now we're gonna go over to your left first. And as we do that, I wanna point something out. So again, you originally had 3 bedrooms here. They took out one of the bedrooms, one of the walls dividing the bedrooms right here, and made it into one large bedroom. So it's great because in this bedroom, because you have this nice sitting area, maybe you want to have a small home office here too, right? So plenty of room to put in a big screen TV, but if you needed to have a workspace in here too, right? You know, once you got out of bed, you wouldn't have to go more than a few feet. So that's always a nice feature to be able to have. Also, again, take a look at the recessed lighting, the crown molding, ceiling fan, just to name a few. All right, and right across from this bedroom is the hallway bathroom. So you have a separate shower and tub in this bathroom. You have your tile flooring, as well as the same type of tile going up the wall all the way to the ceiling, as well in your bathtub and shower. And then here on the vanity, you're gonna have granite with the light beige cabinet. So this works because your flooring is very neutral to begin with, and so again you have a slightly darker color even though the color itself is pretty light. And so here you don't really need to have gold, right? The nickel color finishes is perfect because otherwise it would be a little too brash in my personal opinion. All right, so that is your hallway bathroom right there. So we're gonna get out of that bathroom itself, and now we're gonna take a look at this is what was the original primary suite on this floor plan. So again, the laminate floors, the crown moldings, the recessed lighting, the ceiling fan, which you've seen in a lot of the other bedrooms. And then you have this large bay window overlooking the front yard. So again, all dual pane windows here, right? You don't have those old windows from the 60s that are not tempered. That's not a situation that you have here. And then again, you're gonna have your own private bath attached to. So again, this is the size of what the original private bath was. So that hasn't been changed. You have your mirrored closets as you walk into this bathroom. Now you have your darker cabinetry, again with the granite countertop on your vanity. So you are gonna have your shower in tub once you enter over to your left. And then take a look at the tile work, right? They're going from basically the flooring all the way to the ceiling. So this is what the original bathroom would look like, except the original bathroom would have been just a shower. You would not have had a shower in tub. I've been looking forward to showing you guys this backyard since the beginning of this video. So you're gonna have 2 covered patios, right? So again, we just entered off one of the bedrooms off the east side of the house. And there's a couple different ways you can access the backyard. You still have another one right there. You can see that door as well. And then you're gonna have another covered patio as you exit from the original primary suite that we showed you. But look at all the green, lush vegetation here in this backyard and the palm trees, these swaying palms that really make it feel like a true tropical oasis. And take a look at your pool. Oh my gosh, this sparkling pool, perfect for these summer days. You got your pool, your spa, and it's a good sized pool, guys, right? It's not like one of those little peanut sized pools, right? This is a real swimming pool, so you can definitely be the toast of the town by hosting your pool party here in the backyard. And just take a look, again, just look at all these beautiful trees right here and vegetation growing in this backyard. And you still have a nice sized grassy area as well. So I think something that a lot of people like, that, you know, you don't want the whole backyard to be all concrete, especially if you have a family, right? And then again, it's not too much grass, right? Where it's just gonna be impossible to be able to take care of. Okay, and then this is the second covered patio I was telling you about, where again, you know, you can, in the morning, come out here, sip your coffee, watch the world go by right as you exit from that primary suite. So what do you think of this 4-bedroom, 4-bath home, 2,617 square feet of living space here in Porter Ranch, single story with an incredible backyard? Right, so if you're looking in the market right now to actually sell your home, and a lot of you have been reaching out to us about that, it's critical that your home looks better than every other home on the market. And that's because right now, buyers with higher interest rates and more inventory on the market, the buyers have more choices, right? So if the buyers are starting their search online, and 98% of the buyers start their search online according to Realtor.com, I always wonder who the 2% is. I'm still on that search. Well, guess what? You need to make sure your home looks better than everybody else's online. And that starts right there with our complimentary staging for start. You don't want to have a vacant house right there that looks sterile and empty and the buyers can't envision themselves in the house. And this goes double if you have a larger house, right? So that's for starters. Number two is a lot of our sellers are entering into our Concierge Plus program right now. And sometimes it's something very simple as just painting the interior of the house, but maybe they don't have the funds on hand to do it. It's all tied up in the equity of the home. So this is a great way for them to be able to have work done to the home. We've done painting, flooring, brand new kitchen, brand new bathrooms, new electrical panels, plumbing, you name it, we have done it. And the reason why is because buyers want homes that are in moving condition where they don't have to do a lot of work to the house. And a lot of times the buyers don't even have money to do painting because they're basically scrounging every single cent they have just to get into the house, right? So it's really a great program, and we have several more going on right now. And what's great is you don't pay a single penny up front. Basically, it just gets deducted from your closing costs out of your net proceeds at the very end of the transaction. So you don't owe anything up front, and whatever you negotiate with our contractor, that's what will be deducted from your net proceeds at the very end. It's a very successful program. If you want more details on that, definitely reach out to me. Hope you enjoyed this tour. Again, I'm Scott Himelstein with the Scott Himelstein Group, and we will see you on the next home tour.